Good day, everyone. I want to talk a little bit about the dynamics of the group. We put this group together of incredible thought leaders to collaborate with. And unfortunately, that collaboration has not happened. And I think you can see this by the fact when we post meetings to attend, we get very, very few participants. And I believe that one of the underlying reasons that this happens is that we haven't articulated well what the value is of these meetings, what kind of input we're looking for, the interactive nature, and what everybody's going to get. What are they going to learn? We haven't been very good at articulating that. What has happened is a lot of flamboyant boasting, ego building, and frankly, useless boasting. Over the last couple of weeks, I've been becoming increasingly uncomfortable with the content that's being seen on the channel. I must say, leadership is not the ascension to power or rise to power, but it's the acceptance of accountability and responsibility, which is what we have not seen in the group yet. You don't see effective leaders bragging or boasting what they're going to do, saying things like, "I'm going to crush you" or "perish you." Effective leaders empower others. They show their leadership by showing the things that they've done, not the things that they're about to do. And they don't resort to personal attacks or insults. Professionalism demands this. It's also unethical to host meetings or interact with others in this group when under the influence of alcohol, and we've seen that. It's some of these things plus others that have made me uncomfortable for the last several weeks. Over the last 3 months, I've been involved in the thought development of at least 10 different initiatives. Initiatives like beautifying India and elevating India to a Singaporean standard, a comprehensive water management system using IoT devices, eradicating sexual violence, an SAP health check, a CNG management system, basically queue management, a mentor program for AI-enhanced career readiness, multiple different gas companies, both midstream and downstream solutions, a reimagination of the CCTNS, Next Generation Policing for India, comprehensive nutrition-based app ecosystem, culminating in more than 96 hours of Zoom calls and over 100 hours of WhatsApp group calls. A significant amount of work. When NC first approached me back in the end of October timeframe, I had clearly indicated to him that I cannot bootstrap another startup. I have some financial constraints, specifically a $6,000 US requirement by mid-December that I can get into all the details why that is and whatnot, but that's, I guess, a little bit personal. But nonetheless, I was clear about this requirement with NC that need to be in place. And NC agreed, and he said, yes, that won't be a problem. I'll make it happen. I'm in control of the multiverse, which he likes to say. And so I took that commitment as something that I can believe in. I've worked with NC since 2015 or maybe earlier. We worked on a project at IGL where he actually worked under me, and when that project was completed, we had committed to pay him a certain amount, which we did without argument, without prodding. When the payment happened, it went in, and to me, that's a very specific example of keeping your integrity. What became obvious as we got into December, that the $6,000 payment that I'm going to need, I think by the 17th, was going to be a problem. And obviously this starts to upset me. We started to ask other peoples in the group for money, and for me, again, that's an integrity problem. That's an ethical problem. I work for what I take. I'm not looking for a handout. I'm not looking for a gift. And I need to be paid for some of these efforts, which I defined up front. So I was uncomfortable making those moves. Now, I give NC 100% credit here. Personally, he sacrificed an awful lot for the promotion of everything that's going on, but also to try to make that $6,000 payment. He made $4,000 worth of payment, including having to basically put up for collateral family gold that was his mother's to do so. So I appreciate that effort to trying to make the commitment. But nonetheless, we didn't make that commitment. And it put me into serious jeopardy, which some legal issues and whatnot, again, on the personal side that I have to deal with. But nonetheless, it puts me into real trouble. Over the couple of weeks after I think the 16th or 17th of December, so just around the Christmas time frame, I kept pushing and pushing to try to get things to happen. I did a lot of extra effort on my side that detracted me from doing the work that I wanted to do with the group in order to cover off of my financial needs, and which ultimately meant that I took another project, one that was 8 days long or 7 days long, that would help me out or get me over the hump. But part of that discussion about moving to that project was that I need to have the commitment that the remainder of the $2,000 to be paid, and after some negotiation, NC agreed that he would make that happen, and he made it his word to have it paid by January the 31st. So that's still a couple of days away. Also, part of that agreement between the two of us was that the company need to pay both of us a certain amount of money at the end of each month. This is in recognition that we need to have revenue in the company, and we need to get focus such that we start to get a revenue stream and monetize some of the things that we're doing to get a little bit more specific focus. And to be fair, it needed to be the both of us that needed to get paid, not just to focus on me, because I think that it would be unfair if I was the only one that was drawing from the company. And in fact, prior to the next payment being made, I made it clear that NC would recover the funds that he injected already to pay the original $6,000 to make him whole. Again, completely out of fairness, and that's the ethical thing to do. I got to say that prior to that, in December, because there's assertions that this is actually going to happen and he's going to be able to make it work out, I actually turned down a 6-month project that paid a pretty handsome amount that I could have taken, but decided to continue to pursue this opportunity. And why did I do that? Because I like the legacy of the topics that we're talking about. I think the subjects that we have put in our group that I've done the thought development behind are things that really matter. So it's a great thing to hang a legacy on, and something I'd be very proud on. But at the same period of time, there has to be a commercial aspect to everything that we're doing here, certainly on our side, that I need to move forward on. Now, after discussions of the last day or so, NC is already starting to push back on, if you're demanding money from me, then you have to do things my own way, and you have to follow my rules. And this is the problem that I start to get into when people are starting to find reasons to deflect, a commitment. First of all, I'm nobody's puppet. Nobody tells me what to say to anybody. I really find it unethical to be pushed to parrot somebody else's words in a group to control the narrative. I don't think that's appropriate. I don't think it's ethical for me to use my reputation and my background to push somebody else's agenda. I'm just not comfortable with it, and that's a major no for me. That's a hard stop. And I'm getting that kind of pressure, unfortunately, to do that. I can tell you that the way I operate is, if I see something in the group that I don't disagree with, I may not say anything. I just may be quiet. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. If I vehemently disagree with that topic, I'm going to say something. I'm going to argue, and I'm going to stand up for it. I think that good discourse, good disagreement, good interactive challenges, I think produce the best results. And if there's something I really like, I'm also going to, stand up and say, hey, this is really good. I really support this. But I will not be somebody's puppet, because that kind of activity doesn't work well with me, right? And, just from a philosophical standpoint, I don't work well in an authoritarian type environment. Again, as I said before, being a leader is not a rise to power, but an acceptance of responsibility and accountability. And in this particular case, I'm very uncomfortable. So I've taken now the decision that I will be exiting the group, unfortunately, to pursue some other opportunities that I'm not having these kind of ethical conflicts, these constant battles, and the minute-to-minute worry about whether a commitment's going to follow through or not. I can't go forward on that basis. Now, I do apologize for the negative tone of this whole video, and I hope that doesn't dissuade people from trying to advance better ideas within the group when they can. I think that with some attitudinal changes, I think this group has a lot of positive capacity. I mean, there's over 170 people in this group. All of you are very smart in your particular fields, and I think have a lot to add. And we haven't even tapped 1% of that. And in 3 months, not tapping that unbelievable thought resource, that intelligence base, to me is both a waste of your time and energy, and an opportunity for us. I think a lot of stuff I see on that channel, people are just getting tired of it and feel that it's wasting time and are losing interest, which is the other reason why I think with the attitudes, the personal attacks on how we're going to market, the general anger of certain things is not going to produce results. And again, NC and I have very philosophical differences on this point, and that's why I cannot continue. It's just not in an environment that works for me. It's at a stress level that it's not good, and also the commitment of time. NC's not kidding when he himself is putting in 20, 21, 22 hours a day. And it takes massive amounts of effort. Well, when I'm doing that as well, I have to be in a mode where I'm happy. I have to be in a mode where I'm feeling respected and listened to. I've always been presented as a mentor, but when I'm offering advice or whatnot, and it's being discarded immediately all the time, and it has to be this way, my rules, that kind of authoritarianism just doesn't work well for me. So that's not an environment that I'm comfortable with, and I personally see that the path to success is a long one, if you even get there, and it's a long battle, which I can't sustain that kind of effort with no results. We're 3 months in, and I don't think we're really much closer, even though we've offered up some tenders and whatnot. I'm not sure we can get this stuff completed going forward. That's going to help us out. So again, I apologize for the negative sentiment that I have, but I've had to take the last 24 hours to really consider what my situation is, what I want to be doing. I'm at that age now where I have to I have to make some choices to make sure that I'm comfortable, and so I've made that choice, and I really hope that everybody continues to do what they're doing and follow their own passions and also contribute to the group. And I really hope that the group is successful and that NC is able to carry the day and hit the goals that he wants to hit. But it's obvious that if he needs me to just reflect his words, the way he wants to everybody, he doesn't really need me. And in that situation, that's where I feel that I'm not adding the typical value that I normally would add to an organization. I have lots of opportunities to go chase. I have a number of opportunities that are on my plate now that I think are a better fit for me. So again, I appreciate everybody's interaction with me. I really enjoyed some of the discussions that we've had over the last 3 months. I have valued everybody's opinion, and hopefully you found that I've been accepting and receptive to any of your ideas. And I wish you all the best. Thanks again.